All right, let's picture this. There was definitely a time in my life where loneliness was echoing louder than laughter. And it was definitely a time where I felt like love seemed just a distant dream. Little did I know that within the depths of my vulnerability and within the depths of what I needed, a remarkable journey of manifestation needed. Of manifestation. Today we're going to be tackling the topic of love manifestation. It is something that it's kind of scary to tackle because it's a little bit can be weird, and at the same time, it's also absolutely possible. So let's get into it. Um, Manifestation. First off, we're gonna do seven or more things. So we're gonna do seven or more things, and then at the end of it, all juicy stuff. So love manifestation, it's not just wishful thinking. When we hear about the word manifestation, oftentimes it can be overused in the new age world, or it could also be just really like trite and like run through. Manifestation is a deliberate, powerful process when you use it correctly. And it's about aligning our thoughts, what we want, our emotions, how we feel about them, and then our attraction and our actions to attract the love that we desire. So to be open to the love that we actually desire. The neuroscience of love manifestation includes understanding the neural pathways and the neural intricacies in our neurons in our brains. Studies suggest that when we focus on positive thoughts, when we focus on thoughts that grow possibility and emotions that are related to love, related to openness, related to a feeling of fullness and wholeness, the brain releases neurotransmitters that influence our perceptions, our interactions, and therefore our possibilities to create the love and the amazingness that we're looking for. So, I want to talk to you about the seven ways or more in order for you to attract and manifest the love in your life. The first one is to define what you actually want in love. Love is such a big word. It's got so many connotations from so many parts of our lives, including our caretakers, our friends, past loves. And so, who is it and what is it that defines love for you? Honestly, right? Like, we're looking at attracting love from a place of organic authenticity, naturally, genuinely. So you're not manipulating anyone, you're not trying to get something that isn't there, but you're really opening up the possibility for someone to see who you are and naturally just be in love and appreciative and in presence and gratitude of that. So, what is it that defines love for you? Number and so, where you can't find it is in a couple of places. You can define what physical intimacy and love feel like to you. What are you looking for in physical connection? Is it the rapport and the feeling of that back and forth communication? What is the emotional connection and rapport and love that you're looking for? What does it feel like when you feel emotionally loved? Is it someone there for you in every moment of your feelings? Is it someone being there right with you and you being there with someone when they're going through your feelings? What are the practical considerations when you're considering love? Maybe that's more of a life question, but what are some practical considerations like how why you want to manifest love? Right? Is it like you want to live with someone that you love? Is it you want to spend more time? What are some measurable things that you want in your life in regards to love? And then there's some lifestyle activities and household things. Do you have an image of what love looks like if you bring it into your home? And what is it really? Is it someone just unconditionally being there for you? So getting really clear about this really allows you to then know what it is that you're looking for. And this can change from person to person, but the more clear you are about them, the easier it is to notice when someone doesn't fit that or when you're not showing up for yourself for that. So number two is once you've defined what it is, clear, clear, clear your space for love. So clearing is a powerful tool that we use in our yummy meditations and yummy practices. I'm an energy worker, healer, transformational coach, and basically, we can clear any triggers, any traumas, any heartbreaks, any pains, any crazy experiences that have hurt us and closed us from love. And so, all of this affects the way we show up, we open, we do love. So, anything in your past is totally clearable. You can come to a place of complete positivity, complete possibility. Doesn't mean that you negate or you delete negativity from a place of fear or a place of um, like rejection, but it is a place where you heal through it. So naturally it dissolves. And that's what I mean by number two. We got to clear that space, clear that field, just like how you would burn all the fields and the crops if you were to plant new crops every season. So we're going to clear that, and then we can be open for love again. So number two is really clear your space for love. And you can definitely reach out to find one of those clearings. And what is everything that prevents? So you want to know what is everything that prevents you from opening up to love, opening up to manifest. So for me specifically, I had to define like what kind of emotions am I looking for in love? What kind of physicality, physical connection, physical dance am I looking for when I'm interacting with someone from like the previous point? And when I realized that, and I realized that the daily activities and the way I want to interact and the smiles and the conversations I wanted to have on a daily basis, then I knew, okay, that's the type of love and the flavor of love I'm looking for. It's a place of presence and gratitude for me. And it's might be different for you, right? So it's different. And then when I cleared it, so I had to look at, okay, what are some judgments that I had around like what it means to be in love, what it means to experience love, what it means to nurture love even over decades of time, because sometimes love could be lost, you know, if it's just momentary. But I personally am looking for long-term love, right? Love that lasts for decades, love that is resistant. It can persist through time and can grow together. And so when I clear the things that prevent that, that might sound like, everyone changes. Nothing is lasts forever. I'm not looking to force anything to love forever, but I wanted to be open to receive something that could. So clearing judgments, perceptions, heartbreaks, insecurities, doubts, fear of abandonment, rejection, not being loved, fear of loss, and bad experiences are all important pieces that I personally had to go through. And also, I recommend you go through to really open up yourself to a space of love. All right, so number three is then after clearing all that, which you can get support from here or from some of our audios. We'll probably put a link down below as well if you wanted to join the list to receive options on how to do that for yourself. But after that, so the third one is find this love within yourself. So one of the things that I noticed that I really needed and wanted and desired as I was going through manifestation of love is actually for someone to really be there for me and listen and not create and provide solutions when they're listening to me, even though they can, but there was like a type of quality time and quality listening that I was looking for. So that was for me, right? And so then I needed to provide that type of quality listening to myself and allow myself to express to myself without needing to change the thought, to direct it, or to do anything. So that was specifically for me. So what is it that you want, right? Is it someone to spend time with you and go and do the things you want to do? Is it for someone to joke with you and make you laugh? Is it for someone to be there for you when you are at your lowest? And then the trick here is to give that vibration to yourself and create that beautiful experience on your own first. And that creates an experience of abundance instead of scarcity. And when we're coming from a place of abundance instead of scarcity, what happens is that we create from a place of fullness. When I'm talking about infinite being, which is one of the biggest themes in the way that I teach, is that we are creators of our own reality. And so when we're creating from a space of fullness and completeness and totality, it's way more powerful than creating from a place of I need or I want. It's from a place of I desire. And the want comes from a grounded, rooted energy rather than an energy of flail. Now, the fourth part is brushing up on authenticity. When we're manifesting someone to fall in love with us, um, it's not so much that we want and we want to like trick them or put a love potion into them falling in love with us, but it's more like opening the space for them to see who we really are. And if they do love that person who we are genuinely, then there's an opportunity for them to appreciate and express that feeling and feel that feeling of love and spark and interest and curiosity about us in a way that is deeper and experience care from that, right? So when we're brushing up on our authenticity, it's really also about experiencing that authenticity in the love itself. So what is it that we love about the other person or the other people in our lives? That because love can be romantic and it can also be platonic and it can be familial. There's so many variations of love, and the true love is really about seeing the person as they are and appreciating them in the presence of it all, in the presence of them, and in the presence of yourself for showing up safely and openly and vulnerably and genuinely so that there's a space of total mutual appreciation and gratitude, right? So that's that. So you can allow yourself to be available for the true connection that you have in that time, verbally, physically, and emotionally. So what kind of words you want to say to each other, what ways do you want to touch each other, and also the kind of things you want to share with each other. So that kind of creates that connection. Number five, quick discernment process. So number five in how to manifest love into your life or someone to love you is quickly also discern and make sure that you say no to those who are not a good fit. Taking them out of the space so that you're only saving your energy for those who you want and who are closer to what it is that you want. So then you're not spending the time on places that may not be a place of love. And that is quickly looking at who are respecting your boundaries, who are in similar value systems as you, who are able to be able to understand who you are and support your dreams and who you want to support, who you want to be there for, who you admire, and making sure that, you know, the values, the behavior patterns, and sometimes like even maturity, right? Like emotional, physical communication maturity, emotional communication maturity, maybe some place they are in life, maybe the way that they communicate physically, like whatever it is that they communicate is a match to you. So quick discernment process. So upfront in communication, you can share that you are looking to love. You're looking for someone that you can spend more time with, appreciate genuine communication about what you actually want. Number six is owning your desires. Owning your desires and owning who you are, owning what you actually desire from a romantic, a life, a emotional standpoint is really going to help you create that and speak it into being. I just remember speaking to so many people about, you know, looking for people who are going to be able to accept me throughout my entire life. And myself included, right? Like, so one of the points was like accepting yourself and giving yourself that acceptance when you do ask and own that desire. And so when I share this with people, then oftentimes people who are not looking for that, we stay friends, but we know that that's not maybe not the kind of relationship, friendship, or business relationship we're looking for. Some people are looking more for short-term gains, right? Or like periodic or transitional, not transitional, transient kind of relationships, like inconvenience, or just because you're in the same place at the same time kind of connection. Whereas I'm looking for longer term and ones that can grow together over a period of time, even though they may not be super in touch. So this kind of friendship is put on the table for a lot of love, right? A lot of potential love. And so when you're knowing that, you're also going to be able to own what your desires are in building connection and manifesting someone or friends or romantic partners or life partners to fall in love with you. So this is owning your desires and love. And love, like there's also not so much like a falling sensation. A lot of love that I'm experiencing in my world and also noticing in my past is it's a growing experience. It's a constant addition of care and consideration and healing and forgiveness and communication and the ability to accept each other on a bigger and bigger scale, and then also the feeling of safety and security. So that's love for me in my world. And so you can also ask yourself, like, is love really about that crazy oxytocin chemical drive of feeling your loss of control, or does it feel more like more control and more safety and more comfort and more familiarity? So pick your flavor and your experience of love, of what you define love as, right? So knowing your desires and owning those desires, even no matter what kind of experience you're wanting through love, that's totally fine. And so number seven, yeah, we got to number seven, knowing your why, which is kind of what we were alluding to just now. Why do you want someone to fall in love with you? Why? Why? Honestly, like I don't really go for that, right? Like even though I'm taking a title on this topic, I don't really go to, my goal is not for someone to fall in love with me. My goal is always to just be myself. And if love happens naturally, like I think that's so beautiful. You know, if someone just comes up to you and just like grabs you and just like, I love you so much, like for the special human that you are. And, or I just love you for who you are. You know, like I have my girlfriends, it's like a sisterhood, just like we just love on each other. And it just feels so good, you know? And so why is it that you want this love? Why do you want someone to fall in love with you? Is it because you're filling a void that's there, or is it because it's exciting? You desire to explore more? Is it because life is about love? And is it because you don't have love? Is it because you do have love and you want more of it, or you're open to more of it? Knowing what that is will empower you to create more of that in your life. And I think that that is something that is so beautiful. And I love it when people share with me that they love me, and I love sharing love with other people. And I don't have a problem with expressing myself, which is probably should be number eight. Basically express love freely, express love all the time when you feel it. There's no fear in it. Of course, there, you know, I had to go through the clearing of feeling like, oh my God, I'm gonna express it and it's too much. There's a fear of being hurt and whatnot. And that comes from a place of fear, right? And so if you're in authenticity, you're in genuinity, and you want to be able to express yourself in a place that you already considered as safe and secure, which is probably a healthier place to be in when you want to be playing with the feeling of love, then do that. Then express yourself, test the water, see if you feel safe to express yourself, and that might be a place for you to manifest more love, more people to fall in love with you as you fall in love with others. And it's a place that you can always feel safe to do so when you are taking care of your own needs, and you hear the places where you need to discern. And if it doesn't work anymore, you can always move on. It doesn't have to be forever, even if you shoot for lifelong. You can always move on. You can always heal. You can always close. You can always be free. So here are 8 ways on how to manifest someone to fall in love with you. I threw in a lot of ways into which I did. I hope you really enjoyed it. I have a bunch of audios and opt-ins, basically little gifts for you to share with you how to transition into that space, and you can look at it through the lens of love. And when you do that, you can click on the link below and check it out. And I would love to see you on the other side, share more things with you, and more videos to come. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Honey, and this is an amazing channel for you to find out all things about crazy advanced healing techniques, ideas around love, sexuality, intimacy, business, um, law of attraction, leadership, female empowerment, and I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you